the time I feel like I just don't want, I want to give up, for example, I just think about myself couple of years. Would I be happy with my decision that I give up in here?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode with Hend Alawadhi. Hend Alawadhi is a self made woman that has defied the odds. We get into the importance of a strong support system and building a strong upbringing foundation that will set you up for life. This episode is brought to you by HE Advertising, a creative agency that brings your brands and stories to life via video and photography, all revolving around storytelling. I hope you guys can learn from Hind's experiences in life as much as we did and enjoy the show. Hind Alawadhi, ladies and gentlemen. Behind the strong woman and all of the glam, who is Hind?
Yeah, that's the first question.
It's the first question, and then it gets easier.
Gets easier. Okay. Actually, it's very, I would say it's very emotional to talk about this. And actually, I had this chat with my friends yesterday, and it got me into tears eventually. Why? Because those people that they know me for 20 years. And there is one of my friends, mashallah, she is also, she's achieved a lot, more than any Arab woman, let's say, but she's not like in social media. So it makes her life easier a bit in a part of it. When you say a strong woman, and when anyone gives me any title, I would say, what do you mean out of it? So when you say a strong woman, why do you see me as a strong woman? And then my answer comes.
Your achievements, how you present yourself, I think you're quite aware of that.
Yeah, but let's say not a strong woman. I would say I'm a strong person, because I find out it has nothing to do with your gender. It has to do with you as a person, because there are a lot of strong women and weak women, and there are a lot of strong men and weak men. So it is the personality. How I came to be who I am today is what I had to go through. And there was always a choice of me to give up or accept what's happening, or I would not say fight back, but I would say push forward and go beyond it. And once you accomplish a stage of life, no matter what it is, in your career, in your social life, in your, whatever you have to go through, there is a level of a strength that comes with it. Because looking back, you would see what you've had to pass, to achieve, to get over, with, and then it's just build up.
Good answer. Okay, so it's experiences, and from that you build strength.
Choices.
Choices.
Yes, choices in life.
Do you still have loved ones maybe against you being an aircraft engineer, it being a male-dominant job?
Not at all. They're very happy with this choice, and they're very proud. That's what they express to me all the time. And I think they've never been against me doing it. They were just had this fears, as a daughter, as a friend, as a sister, of nobody wants anyone that they love go through tough things or challenges, right? Because we love them, we want easy things comes to them, because this is out of love. So they were not against it. They were just trying to let me take the easier paths in life.
What are the hardships that you currently face at work?
So I've started as an aircraft engineer, and now I'm working with the civil aviation. I'm the acting chief of licensing and flight permit, which means all the license that has to do with aviation, pilots, engineers, air traffic controller, and so on, that goes under my department. Plus all flights that comes to Bahrain, goes out of Bahrain, and so on. So the responsibility gets bigger. It never gets less. But the most, let's say, critical part of it, especially in aviation, that every day when I wake up and enter work, I know that hundreds of souls and life depends on a decision we take. each one of us in this field. So just to remind myself not to be comfortable, and that's, I think, the key role of being in such position, that you never be comfortable or confident enough. You have to have the confidence to take a decision, but not enough to risk any souls or lives of people.
What's something you wish people could see in your life that they don't?
What's behind the scenes? As much as I try to show, it's also showing as a what is the right word? As a gleam for people. So even when I'm trying to show my behind the scenes, the struggle, the responsibilities, and so on, some people see it as in showing off, although my intentions is just to say, if you see the end result of a perfect picture, it has to go through a lot of things. So I would really hope I can, because this is my real message, is not to show people the end result, it's showing the journey to go there. Because I mean, we all seeing successful stories or people that made it or so on, but you never know the struggles that they went through. And it's not about knowing the struggle, it's how they dealt with it so they can overcome that struggle. I think that's what I want. I mean, I would wish to people to see the breakdowns, the sleepless nights, the questioning. As much as you talk about, you cannot really show.
What gives you the motivation and consistency to do it day after day?
The time I feel like I just don't want, I want to give up, for example, I just think about myself a couple of years. Would I be happy with my decision that I give up in here? Or I would be upset with myself that I did. And every phase in life, you have a different motivation. So at the beginning, maybe you want to prove that you can do it, or you want to reach to a certain level in life, career-wise, financials, and so on. Later on in life, you will start having obligations. So obligations is the motive to push you, because you will be responsible of a lot of things that you have to deliver. And later, I mean, now as a mom, my son is my biggest motivation. He is the power that I have to get out of my bed, never give up, push harder than I ever did, and happily to provide the best life that I can provide for him.
Can you define what a good parent is?
I think from my perspective of being a good parent is to see the things that you actually think that helped you through life, and find the root why you turn out to be that person. Like, for example, I'm an independent person. So where did this come from? I would say 99% of who we are, it comes from how we've been raised. The other things are things that we adjusted or we adapted from our, environment. So there are things that I think I would like my son to have them, and I go back to how I've been raised. So I learned from that. There are things that I don't want my kid to have. They're in me as a person, but I don't want my kid because I feel like they were not really helping me, or they were not really good, skills or also or thoughts or the way I see life. So I just because I don't know better, I have to go and read and educate myself to how I overcome that. I think the best thing any parent would do for their kids, and this is what I'm starting to podcast about a lot, is to first of all fix all your childhood traumas. And once you do that, you can see things clearly and you would understand who you are, so you can be the best version of yourself for your kid. So that's one of the things that I feel like not a lot of parents do, and unfortunately they will just keep taking whatever it is generation to another generation. So that's to start with. Then of course we have the guilt as a parent, a mother or fathers, because of work and so on. So I think you have to be in peace with yourself. So for me as Hend, I say, okay, no matter how busy I am, if I can have 2 hours of a quality time with my son, that's it, that's enough. So it doesn't matter what I hear, it doesn't matter what people keep saying, or saying it by words or by just gossiping or whatsoever. I know what's right, or I am convinced with what I'm doing. So that we do our best as we know, and that's enough. At least I know that I'm doing the best I know at the moment for him.
How do you think you got this mindset? We all have inspirations, aspirations, but we don't all follow through on this. What do you think gave you that characteristic?
I would say that, again, a lot of people say when you reach a certain stage in your life or age, then this is on you. It has nothing to do with your parents. So a lot of people that goes out of the way, doing wrong things or whatsoever in life, they would say this is their choices. It has nothing to do with their parents or how they raise and so on. I'm so against that, because I feel that this is all is built on us. So the way I've been raised, that I have to be independent. And I think that's a huge part of who I am today, is not being independent, is being responsible. So you know what is responsibility. And I think that unfortunately a lot of our generation and the generation coming after, because of the way things are going, the way parents trying to provide for their kids, they've become unresponsible. And when you are not responsible for your life or what you want, because out of love our parents now are able to give us, it's a bit of a different kind of generations. So that thing that goes back to the previous question is, how would I raise my kid? I would raise him no matter how much I can provide and give. He will have to work to get what he wants.
Give us a few examples of events that have occurred in your life that helped instill these character traits in you.
I believe 3 things, if I want to, put them in like category. The first thing, that I have to earn whatever I want. So we were not being given things because only we want them. So we either had to pass our exams, or we have to be, acting disciplined in different way in different ages. Maybe when in a younger age was only finishing my meal, for example. This is one. Second was a very restricted rules, like we have to be in bed at 7 or so on. As much as we see it as tough, as much as it's built in the person a discipline, a kind of a discipline. And then I believe, and I feel that this is the secret of actually achieving your goals and your dreams and whatever you want in life, is the responsibility. So whenever something goes wrong, or we do something wrong, our parents comes and let us take the responsibility. So they never said that the other kid, or I don't know what. It was always us. As much as maybe it sounds like harsh now, I think this is any successful person in life secret, is taking the responsibility 110% on whatever goes in their life. Never blame anything else, circumstances, people around, whatsoever. So I think the key of achieving your life that you want is being 100% in control. And to be in control, you have to be 100% responsible. We cannot control circumstances around us, we cannot control people around us, but we always can control what we do and how we react on whatever happening around us.
How has single mom life been like?
Surprise. Surprise. Yeah. No, I don't think, I mean, that's another thing I would make it clear here. I am not advertising for single mom life, okay? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Or being single,
Yeah.
okay? I don't know how this would sound. I mean, I'm thinking for a long time how to bring it up. I am against uh, being a single parent. I'm against it 100%. I'm not against people get separated or divorced or whatsoever, but when kids are involved, then this is something else. So to start with, I'm against it. Okay, to make it clear, I'm not advertising for it. I'm not encouraging, women to do that. That's not the norm. I don't want it to be the norm because recently I've been hearing a lot of people saying, yeah, but that's the norm now. I was like, no, there is something wrong because this is not what a family is. But going back to being a responsible, taking control of your life. When life puts you in any kind of situation, like it put me in this situation, being a single mom where my kid was only a month, that's where I've shifted my belief system and family. I shifted all my ideas that I had to do a lot of hard work internally to cope with my new situation. So if I am showing any part of it's okay to be a single mom and have fun with your kids and so on, and you can be by your as independent, and life doesn't stop, it's not me encouraging that. It's me saying if you're in that situation, then live it, enjoy it, because there are some situations that can't be changed. I mean, it's just how things are. So I think in that specific, people or circumstances, when you have no other option, then just make the best out of it. And I would always encourage, regardless as single mom, not single mom, whatsoever, your kids are, we don't own our kids. They are like a gift from God for us to be responsible for them for a period of time, and then they will go out there in life, right? But the only thing that each one of us have it once in our life is our childhood, is our whatever, even teenager life or whatsoever. As long as my kid is in his childhood, I would make sure for him to have a happy life. And a happy life cannot be done if you are, as a person, as a parent, not happy. So my first goal when life surprised me, that me to be okay. So I had a lot of mentors, therapists, and so on, just to make sure that I am in the right state of mind. And when I say the right state of mind, is to be real to yourself, to be realistic. So we are not talking about a lot of people live this bubbly life of happiness, but it's not a real life. So that's a lot of things. That's by itself, it's a podcast. But I think the most important thing when you become a parent is you be happy, so you can provide a happy life for your kids that's gonna have only one childhood.
What do you think are a few things that single parents should be doing to set their kids up for success?
Of course, I would say every situation are different, because there are different type, just like there's different type of families, like married families, a father, mother in life, the situations are different. Even as a single parent, there are different scenarios. So there is this single mom, 100%, where the biologic father has nothing to do with the kid. And there's the other way around, where the father takes care of it 100%, the mother is out of the picture completely. And then there are the co-parenting, and they're doing amazing. And there's the worst kind of raising a kid, where the separated parents are in fight, and they will always want to show the kid that the other parent is the bad person. I think this is the worst circumstances to put your kid in. So I think this is, let's say, this is one of the things that you have to get it out of the way. Never raise your kid to hate anyone, especially their other parents, regardless who the person is, because now it's the kid is who's important, is not the person, and not proving any point, right? So first of all, the kid has to be out of this equation, what happened with the adults, because there is no, I mean, yeah, some people say there is like this peaceful divorce and very, I think it's a bullshit. I mean, me as a person, you would not reach to a point where you want to separate from a person. I mean, might be, it's just my personal opinion. So first of all, get your kid out of this mess. Second, do the best that you can as a parent, regardless if you're a single parent or not. You have to do your best, because again, us as an Islam, we know that God give us those, and we are, we will be muhasabin. We are.
Be judged.
We will be judged, and if they are judged in front of God before anyone in life. A lot of, unfortunately, parents try to be the perfect image in front of people, not to be judged as a good or bad parent. But when it comes to the real work, like the love, the care, you will not see it, you will not find it, and that only causes to bring up kids with a lot of traumas. So I think the best thing, I mean, the first thing is to always remind yourself that you're going to be judged by God for this gift. And kids are very smart. They're very smart. They know. And as a single mom, now this is a message for single moms, I know how much you're worried, and I know a lot of ideas and thoughts comes to your mind. I would just say that things will be okay. They get easier once you focus on what is important and what's in your hand. What is not in your hand, then that's in God's hand, and He always do the best for you.
What's your biggest fear?
If you asked me this question a couple of years ago, I would had a lot of fears. But I think I reached to a stage of life where I'm okay with whatever happens. So usually we fear of things that would happen, right? We don't want things to go this way. I reached to, with experience that I went through, different type of experience, I've reached to a point that whatever happens, like whatever God wants to happen, is the best for us. When you are a good person, when you are when you are a good person. So whatever happened, we don't see it. God see what's the best for us. I completely believe in that. So even when, let's say, the worst thing, what we think as a human is the worst thing that happens to us, trust me, it turns to be the best thing that ever happened to us. So it's not, I would say, I have this deep belief in a tawakkul, and a deep belief that God always chose the best for me. So no, nothing.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's it.